Good morning, everyone. Today we'll be presenting the LLB study case, and our group is conformed by Kelly PARIONA, Gonzalo PERALES, Carolina Revilla, EVELYN RELUZ, and me, who is talking, MILENE QUIñones. First of all, I'd like to answer the question: how does the company use its own products or services to enhance the total compensation for its employees? And next please. In order to answer this, I think it's really important to read this fragment I took from the study case, which is the company had an obligation to stakeholders, and it began with employee satisfaction, which in other words is that the organization has, or the company has put the employee satisfaction as the base, or as like the main purpose of the company in order to gain profits and later on satisfy the stakeholders. We'll have to keep in mind that the compensation systems and benefits that each company has is really linked to the employee satisfaction, and many of the employees have mentioned that they are not quite satisfied with the salary or the compensation they receive. But let's take in mind that in order to cope with this, LLB designed service, and they made service to the employees in order to know which kind of compensation works better for them and what to have in mind for that. When they decided to have a turning point in a company and redirected, they converted the compensation and benefits into a more strategic process, so they can have the compensation and benefits linked to measurable outcomes. For example, linking the pay to the performance of the employee, which is also beneficial for increasing the employees' job satisfaction, as they can link this to recognition for their effort. And also total rewards are linked to this as a strategic solution. In the next slide, we'll have a look at the total rewards. Next, please. So when we mention total rewards, is the salary and all the benefits the employee gets from the employer, or in this case, LLB. First of all, we have traditional benefits, which are performance-based bonuses, and for example, cafeteria-style healthcare, which are the usual that companies use. Non-traditional benefits, on the other hand, are, for example, store discounts in LLB stores, on-site fitness programs, and the use of company-owned outdoor gear, such as tents and canoes. It is also important to mention that next to, or hand to hand to the use of the company-owned outdoor gear, the LLB company program outdoor activities with this gear, so they can have improve the connection, get to know more the employees. Also, we have profit sharing, because since the beginning of the company, they started the sharing of the profit. I mean, it's to the employees, quite before it was commonly done with other companies and in other businesses. So it is really important to mention that as well, as part of the reward the company gives to the employees. I'll hand the presentation to Carolina.
Good morning, I am Carolina Revilla, and I'm going to talk about the second point, and this is the internal strengths and weaknesses your team identify and how the company responds to these factors from a total rewards perspective. And to begin, strengths of this case, LLB had the strength of the employees and a strong reputable brand name. These strengths combined with a values-driven business accounted for much of the profits that the company was experiencing. The second point is LLB has a strong customer focus and strives to improve the quality of the life of the employees. and the communities in which they operate. The third is that it will be focuses on social responsibility to include the environment, paper recycle, and natural resource support programs, labor rights, and charitable giving. Having a responsible paper procurement and global labor rights means also help strengthen the company. This strong social responsibility atmosphere improve the quality of life for employees and communities. On the other hand, two weaknesses, LL being focused on the internet and changing technology. This internet expansion was not the only expansion where the company was weak. And the second is that difficult processes of change to a virtual channel, and this is why the company initiated multi-channel marketing to strengthen the weakness of the lack of technology, internal and retail growth. Finally, the strategic review initiative found the company was not up to tackle the ground into the retail market because in the strategic reviews was the company's financial and human resources were geared to grow the catalog business, but not retail expansion or internet sales. To talk about the total rewards perspective, it's important to mention that LL operate on the premise that profits are an outcome of strong customer service. Establish of global compensation standards, performance-based pay, management training programs, and expanded rich benefits are examples of total rewards items that contribute to the accomplishment of these objectives. The total rewards perspective is a viewpoint that an employer offers to employees of all the rewards to attract, motivate, and retain employees. And to this, LL responded to their internal and external witnesses using this perspective, and this perspective was used as a solution to many issues. In addition, the HR department linked pay with performance and increased employee job outcomes. Not only did the HR turn a weakness into a the company also strengthened their existing strength, their employees. Finally, this was done by diversification, which increases the values of the company with a job analysis process. Thank you. My partner continues.
Good morning, my name is EVELYN RELUZ. The question 3 is the external opportunities and trends your team identify and how the company respond and this factor from the total rewards perspective. Opportunities and threats of the company. LMB has been developed of the brand in the positive way. An important point, and that it was a great opportunity for the company, was the order growth they made. However, sales strategy as over the years may because a secondary source. This goes hand in hand with the 1990 economic recession, with L being declared as the worst year. On the other hand, an opportunity arose by expanding to Japan. Also, launching its website and e-commerce. But the company had to make a significant rotation because due to the external environment of the one led by government and had become flat. This had the consequence of not giving annual bonus to employees. Government knew that had to change direction, so he planned a strategy over how to boost salaries. Among that was human resource as one of the business units. The factor from the total rewards perspective. Considering this opportunity is what giving rewards to those employees who meet performance. This has enabled the development of workers, such as the increase in work regarded with a payment for their performance. On the other hand, personnel with technical skills were created and they were able to hire this personnel. Thanks to the compensation and benefits provided, these rewards were developed to salary servers, and it was allowed the company to develop a comprehensive framework. In addition, LLB offered other benefits such as discussion, travel, and others. It can be concluded that for Lennon government is also to invest into the trust of employees to transmit in their products, because thanks to the measures taken previously, sales growth can be visualized. Example of traditional and non-traditional rewards and how they are used to meet organization objectives. Example of traditional rewards. Universal reward. Company gives a salary increase based on the units to the products. Other traditional is productivity bonus. Employees receive incentives for performing more productive than agreed. And finally, merit increase. Merit increase are recompensations that employees receive for the evaluation of their performance. Now, example for the non-traditional rewards. Discounts. Discounts as offers to employees for different products and services. In awards, employees receive awards for their work. This simply is not finance. Day outdoor. This is applied by LLP. Workers has a place in the company that is of works. And finally, travel. Workers many have an incentive trip to different destinations for their spending. Thank you. Below my partner, Kelly.
Good morning. My name is Kelly, and I will answer how the company aligns its benefits with its corporate values. So the company is really aware that the company's values are aligned with the benefits it receives. From the beginning, the company showed a sense of commitment and guarantee. As in 1912, the year in which 100 pairs of shoes were sold, of which 90 pairs were returned due to various defects found, the company kept its words of satisfaction guaranteed and returned the money to customers. It should be noted that as part of its commercial strategy, the company has a high degree of customer focus and social responsibility, in which four categories stand out. First, preserving the environment. Second, responsible use of paper and its recycling. Third, the commitment to the human rights of its workers through monitoring anti-discrimination practices, security standards, fair pay and benefits, and the last one, the charitable giving. So all the company's practices fall on a philosophy. The passion of the employees for the company and its products is transferred to the customer. So the company has a high commitment to stakeholders, and this begins with employee satisfaction. Thus, it provides various benefits. For example, in 2006, LLB reported annual net sales of 1.54 billion of dollars, which the board of directors approved a cash award of 7.5% of the annual payment to eligible employees, a payment of approximately 25.5 million in total. Additionally, 8.8 million was allocated to the employee pension plan. So it's well-deserved bonus, said Lennon Worman, chairman of the board of LLB. Furthermore, The company has a record of increasing its sales every year. It shows the company invests in its human capital and in the commitment it has with all interested parties. So now, companion Gonzalo will talk.
Good morning. My name is Gonzalo, and I'm going to explain your recommendations by the team regarding an expansion of the benefits program offered at the company that will further align human resources with the accomplishment of organizational goals and values. Okay, so LL was a magnificent company that knows how to care about their employees. Through its history, the company invests in new ways on how to extract the best of its workers. This strategy was the compensation practice. To balance its numerous plans, LLBs develop and display a particular day known as Outdoor Adventure Days. In these days, the employees could interact together and feel what the company tried to transmit. This main value was called love for the outdoors. So the values and the culture were totally impulsed by these days, making employees proud of work for the company. And consequently, employees could give their best performance, meaning success for the company. Okay, so this will be all. Thank you.